Yo guys, what's going on? What's happening? I've just been to see the new Abarth and I love it. I'm in love, it's amazing. So we went to the dealer in Hull and they had two cars, but only one was in the showroom. That was the one you saw, the competizione, which, as you can imagine, fully loaded, got everything, just everything, and it's gorgeous. It's just amazing. Absolutely love it. We did go to see another car, which was a standard car, but that was like in the back, and it would only just come in, so it's not been prepped or anything. I didn't get any footage of that, unfortunately, but there wasn't really a lot to see. We just went to look at it because it had a couple of the standard features, you know, as compared to some of the options. So it was nice to kind of get a bit of contrast on that. We didn't get to drive it either, which, I mean, it's 99.9% the same car, so I imagine it being very similar. But they have changed a couple of bits in terms of horsepower. Is the standard car and the Turismo both get like 5 brake horsepower more, and then the competizione gets somewhere like, I think it's like 13 or 15 horsepower more than it did before. In fact, I think I'm right. I think I read that right. Which, I mean, Chris has talked about this in the past about how like extra 5 brake horsepower is not going to make a lot of difference on the road. It is a light car and it hasn't got loads of horsepower to begin with, so 5 is, you know, in terms of percentage increase, it's a little bit, but again, I'm not massively sure you'll even notice that. So hopefully at some point I get a chance to drive one. Like I mentioned, it is very similar car, like underneath, exactly, because I crawled underneath to check to see if the Novatec would fit, and it looks like it's the same mounting points, everything's the same. Engine bay, pretty much 99% the same. So what you're getting different is obviously the facelifted look on the outside, so new front bumper, new rear bumper, new diffuser, new lights, you know, just the upgraded style. Interior is very similar, like door cards and stuff, near enough look identical. They have changed. You get the TFT screen as standard and everything, which I believe they started to put on like this version later cars anyway. So you get that as standard. The climate control thing, again, very similar, 99.9% the same as it was. And the window switches, you now get what I believe are the US spec ones, you know, the more of a circle and like a little lift up thing to do the windows. And the glove box is actually a glove box. Now it's actually got a lid as opposed to just a tray. But apart from that, the other big difference is the entertainment system and sat-nav. Now, I believe thinking about it now, the competizione which you saw had the upgraded 7-inch screen. The standard car we went to look at had the 5-inch, and if I'm honest, the 5-inch looked rather small. There's 2 options with it. So 5-inch is standard, 5-inch with sat-nav is 350 quid, I believe, and then the 7-inch with sat-nav is 600 quid. So it's quite a pricey option in terms of the Abarth, like not like of all time. But honestly, I think that 5-inch screen with the sat-nav is quite small. I mean, it's fucking a million times better than what we've got now. But yeah, I do think it might have to be that 7-inch. You know, I just think that extra space. The 5 did look really small, really small. As always, like the car's having a deal is fully spec'd, but the competizione, the steering wheel has got Alcantara on the top and the bottom sections, and then the buttons and the middle bit is carbon. I really like it. I mean, I love the design steering wheel, but I think they've improved it. The buttons feel pretty sweet, in nice positions. Very similar again, volume up and down. You know, nothing crazy on that front. I'm not sure if you can spec cruise control anymore. I don't think it comes as standard. I couldn't see it in the options list on the configurator, so I'm not sure about that. The standard car, you get the silver bits. And there's like a silver ring on the top of the steering wheel, which comes in the same silver as that surrounds the buttons. And I believe that's the same silver as, do you know where the badge is on the front and the back, with like the little mustache bit? That's the same. And it's not chrome as it is on this version. It's more of a, do you know, like Audi did like the polished aluminium wing mirror covers. It's more along them lines. But again, looking at the competizione, it's like the black just looks so good. So that leads me on to, am I buying one? What's going on? And speaking just you know, between friends, I don't think because, you know, as we know, we like to just buy cars cash. Like I don't believe in financing a car. Like, just work harder and get it eventually. So I can't quite see me putting all that down on like a brand new competizione. because I mean, with a few options and a bit of spec, the 26 grand, 28 grand, which 28 grand is getting a lot of money, and so I'm tempted by the standard car or the Turismo. There's a bit of spec going on, like the leather seats come standard in the Turismo, so, and they're like an 850 quid option, so it's not. I think when I did it on the configurator, they both came out around 18 grandish. The current plan is to maybe keep this for 6 months, a year, and just see what comes up, see what the prices do, and also they didn't give me a price for mine yet. He's going to ring me, you know what salesmen are like. He's going to ring me. That kind of depends on it as well, and obviously watching the price of the standard cars, see how far they fall in relationship to the new one. I don't think it makes sense to buy it brand new. I really don't. Look at Chris's M4, done 3,000 miles, saved 25 grand on the new price. So, I'm not fussed about getting a car with maybe 10,000 miles on even. That's still pretty much new in my book, and I'll let someone else take the big hit. The prices of these were pretty steady to fall anyway. They kind of did hold the value quite a lot. And this has only really dropped maybe a couple of grand or so since I bought it. So, I'll see. I want one. I'm going to get one, but unfortunately not today. So I hope the footage was good. I didn't get a lot, but yeah, gives you a little bit of a taster as to what it's like. If you're thinking about it, highly recommend going to look at one. I really like the new changes. I think the new design is great. It's amazing. And I want one.